The Audi A3 really has its work cut out. It's yet another entrant into the small hatchback market, one of the most hard-fought sectors in the UK, and including everything from the Hyundai i30 right up to the BMW 1 Series and Volvo V40. Each car has its own merit, whether it be its price, its value for money, its equipment, or its driving fun. But what really set the A3 apart are its class and its quality. Even if you're coming down into this car from something much more expensive or far more prestigious, you certainly won't feel like you've made a step down market. There's certainly no mistaking which company builds the A3. The front end is dominated by this huge radiator grille, and on higher spec models it's flanked by xenon headlamps with LED running lights. Even in a class that includes the BMW 1 Series and Lexus CT200, this is still one of the classiest hatchbacks around. From the side, the lack of the rear doors, the small roof spoiler and the shape of the C-pillar give the car an almost coupe-like profile. Below the windows you have this feature line, or the tornado line as Audi calls it, and that, combined with the feature line at the bottom of the doors, all adds to the car's smart, chiseled looks. If there is a criticism, it's that this model doesn't look all that different to its predecessor. If you were to park the two cars side by side, you'd notice several subtle but important differences. Everything about this car is more taut, more precise and more engineered. What hasn't changed compared to the previous car is its overall length, but by pushing the wheels further towards each corner, Audi has managed to make more room inside the cabin and improve the car's handling. If you were to pick 3 words to describe the A3's interior, there would be quality, simplicity and technology. It all feels soft to the touch, but everything is very solidly constructed, and even with all the gadgetry on board, it's all beautifully laid out. Mind you, that's partly because there's not much to lay out in the first place. All the major functions are operated by this central screen and this rotary controller, so there's not much clutter on the dashboard. Perhaps the neatest touches are these circular air vents that you can adjust to diffuse the air or point it in a jet. In this class, the A3's closest competitor for style and comfort is the Volvo V40, but even so, the Audi still feels like something special. Probably the biggest failing of this model is that it isn't especially practical. But Audi has an answer to even that problem. The A3 has a larger brother, the A3 Sportback, which has 5 doors and more space inside. Audi's worked hard to make the A3 as light as possible, and that's good news for the driver. First, it feels nice and agile with light and accurate steering, and secondly, every model has decent performance. We expect the diesel models will be the most popular, and that's fair enough. They're plenty quick enough and they're very economical. Don't overlook the petrol engines though. They're very smooth and very quiet and have a really good turn of speed when you need it. Depending which trim level you go for, you can choose from standard, sport or S-line suspensions, but we recommend sticking with the standard setup. Going for either of the 2 more sporty options just makes the car ride more firmly and doesn't actually improve the handling that much at all. Instead, the more relaxed nature of the standard suspension suits the car far better. No matter how you specify your A3, it will always feel totally composed and unflappable when you drive it hard. But in no way is this a sporting car, and it will never appeal to a keen driver as much as the BMW 1 Series will. The A3 isn't the sportiest compact car to drive, and it's certainly not the cheapest. Instead, this is a car aimed at buyers who appreciate the finer things in life. Sharp looking and a pleasure to be in, with impeccable quality and a range of smooth and efficient engines, it's very much the connoisseur's choice.